Why, hello there, Apple Bites. This is your Apple Bite, Rafael Tavares, talking to you straight here from our show, The Written Writ. A show where you and I and you take a journey together to become better writers. Speaking of writers, there's my friend Star, or better yet, I should call her Myra Loy. But I know her first as Star. That's what she was when I met her when we were playing Vampire the Masquerade. Right. As you saw before when I was talking about Dungeons and Dragons, which was my nice role-playing game, tabletop role-playing game, which I did with my special friends and role-players. I also played Vampire the Masquerade there. I enjoyed the game very much because I liked the supernatural aspect of things. I like vampires, I like werewolves, I like all that. And I was trying to figure out, well, I like this. Well, let me see if I can find something. So what I did was I was on Yahoo. I went to Yahoo Groups, and on Yahoo Groups I found Vampire the Masquerade. I found a group that was handling these things. It was a group that was just starting out, and the guy who was just starting out decided to make us all 4th gen, all of us who had just came into the group, because we were the first generation to come in. If you know a little bit of Vampire the Masquerade, you may understand what I'm talking about. So we would be the children of the Gangrel and all the rest of those. Yes, exactly. Yeah. If you don't know about it, go do the research and go check out what Vampire the Masquerade is. If you want to look at something, this is a very old, I think this is 2nd edition. There you go. You got Vampire the Masquerade, the Player's Guide. And just in case, if you're looking for Dungeons and Dragons, again, I haven't played it in a while, so this is an older edition. There you go, Dungeons Master's Guide, or Dungeon, you can go check it out. Do your research, people. Now, as I was saying, I took the Vampire the Masquerade, went and I started doing that game. It was well played. It was more of a written game where they would write and you would write. Somebody sets up the game and everything moves forward. When that game fell apart, I decided to create my own game, creating the mythical city called Omega that tends to pull you in to itself from elsewhere. I know that sounds kind of weird, but that's what it does. It pulls all these supernatural beings in, and you all have to deal with each other in this universe where there is no masquerade, there is no hiding. Everybody knows about each other. Yeah. Took me. I had some fun creating that place, and I took LCU, my character, and he who's very spiritual, and I had him roaming around to create this mythical city. Again, see, I had a lot of fun creating, and I had a lot of fun writing, and I don't think I've ever been that creative about something or putting something that well together, because I had to do my research and I had to put everything together to make sure that everything worked right, because you want it to work right. So I did Vampire the Masquerade. I met Star, and we started playing. And just to give you an example, here we go. Because me and her decided to do a little sample for you guys here, on how the game works when it's written, a written role-playing game. So here we go. Let's see. Yes, here it is. Saho stopped to look up at the mountain that was hidden mostly by a thick fog. Could this be the place, after all these years, could she finally be close to finding him? Blood calls to blood, and the call to her blood is strong in this place. The darkness was made even deeper by the fog and the lack of moon's glow. But Saho was not afraid. It has been a very long time since darkness has held any fear for her. Any fears of darkness and the creatures within it that she may once have had were long ago crushed by the crushing of her people, and the strong need to see to her own survival. How long ago has it been? How does one count the passage of time when too many seasons have passed? Far too many changes have been brought to Turtle Island. Those she once knew had once called family are long since gone. Her people are no longer truly her people. They have lost so much, forgotten so much. She is no longer so welcome among them. Saho drew in a deep breath. Let it out slowly, savoring the taste, the smell of the cold night air. There is something there. She knows it. She can feel it. Now she just has to find it. Like a big cat, in the night, she placed one moccasin foot in front of the other, each step as silent as a cat's. Not a single leaf crackled or a single branch rustled as she passed. Anyone who saw her would surely say she moved like a giant predator, light and silent on her feet. Of all the inventions the invaders created, Saho had to admit that stretch jeans were the best. With the right fit, she could move easily without making a sound, without the worries of getting loose skirts snagged on passing branches. She could run like that, like the wind, like the warrior that she always wanted to be. Of course, for foot coverings, nothing beats a good pair of soft, well-worn moccasins. Halfway up the mountain, she stopped. After all this time, have the spirits chosen to be good to her? Have they finally forgiven her for her cowardice and running away when her people needed her so badly? Or is someone else's hand at work here? With eyes that were meant to see in the dark, Saho stares, barely daring to hope, as the fog slowly thins, then spreads open like a thin green film on a pond pushed aside by a turtle as it surfaces. Could it be her imagination? Or does she really see it? Saho learned long ago to trust her eyes. And when she cannot trust her eyes, then trust her instincts. In that moment, her instincts told her this must be it. So upward she continued to climb, slowly inching towards the ruins that must have been a magnificent temple at one time, so long ago. Remarkably, much of it still appeared to be relatively intact. But it was clear that the ravages of time and conflicts had taken their toll on the once sacred monument to the gods. It should not surprise her to find him here, yet somehow it does. Then again, maybe he's not here at all. Maybe this is just another cold trail. Maybe he's toying with her. Maybe he does not want to be found. She scowled and studied the entrance to the temple for a moment, looking for the subtlest, there you go, the signs that he might have been here recently. If he did not want to be found, then why would she feel so strong, powerful pull of blood, unless he is in dire trouble and he needs some help? Steeling herself for what she might find, and praying she does not walk into a den of snakes or a lupine den, Saho stepped into the temple. Which, of course, I answered, small answer, just to continue the story, to move things along. As she walks through the temple, it is still, the kind of still that feels like you are the first person in ages that has entered the place. There are many temples inside the mountain structure. One in particular seems to catch her attention. It's dark inside, yet a light can be seen from deep within. The temple is decorated with images of the dead in the depths of Hades, reaching up towards the sky. And then, of course, she continues after that and follows and so forth. What I will do, if you guys want to see, is I will put it on drawnext.tumblr.com so you guys can check an idea of this written type of roleplay. Of course, you know, you might be able to tell if you are a role player and you know Vampire the Masquerade, I am doing a more free-form form of the game. I like the imagination, I like the role-play, I do like the rules, but sometimes you need to stretch the rules to get certain things done. And you know, all the rules are there for you to use as you see fit as the storyteller, which is what you are here, as to Dungeon Master in Dungeons & Dragons. Same thing, different title. So, that is what me and Star did in Vampire the Masquerade, and it helped out a lot. As you can see, I created a lot of the world, and it made me sit there and actually try to do the research and create what it is I needed to be creative, especially to make Omega City, which was a city where all these supernatural beings lived together in peace, well, in harmony. Of course, you know, it's never all peaceful, but that's what I was trying to do. And if you guys think I forgot something with my role playing, like I did with the MMORPGs over here, World of Warcraft and such, well, let me know, and I'll see what I can cover for you. But this, if you want to share what you've done, go ahead and put it in the comment section down below. If you didn't like the episode, if you want to tell us something, whatever you want to say, there's the comment section. Whatever you want to share, there's the comment section. You know, share a story, share something. That's what this is here for. If you want me to cover something here on the Written Writ, let me know what you want me to cover, and I shall cover it. Or I will attempt to cover it as well as I can. If you feel like you like this, why don't you take your finger or your clicker down there and subscribe. That way you know when our shows are coming out, and you can have first notification, I guess. Well, this has been my role-playing crossover event, and this is Rafael Tavares signing off from the Written Writ. Tune in next week when I'll be saying something like, did I cover everything in the role-playing episode? Maybe I didn't. Dun dun dun!